Hello again, everybody. My name is Susan. Hello again, everybody. My name is Susan. Welcome to my channel. The name of my channel is Susan's Life with ALS, and I make videos about my life with ALS. Hope you subscribe and see where my ALS travels take me. Today I'd like to talk about my experience. I am 3 days in with a medication called Radicava, and I'd sort of just like to talk about my first impressions and my experience so far. So my first dose was at my doctor's office in Seattle, and the plan was to access the port in my chest and administer the Radicava, the first dose. They wanted to do it in the doctor's office to make sure I didn't have an anaphylactic reaction, which I had no reaction whatsoever, but I'll get to how I got the medication the first time. So the first nurse in the infusion suite tried to access my port, poked me twice in my chest. Then he got his charge nurse, and she felt around and she poked me at least once, but I think it was twice. So then they were kind of up in arms. Oh no, what are we going to do? Is that a pediatric size? We can't really feel the nubs on the port. All this rigmarole was going on while my husband and I were sitting there getting more frustrated and more tired, and longer day, and it just did this kind of snowball. Finally, they called IV therapy, and this lovely older lady showed up and looked at me and walked over to me, and with sterile technique and all that stuff, with a 1-inch needle, felt around, found the middle of the port where you're supposed to poked me with a 1-inch needle, or nail as they call it, I guess, and got it the first time. I joked that she probably went around the hospital and got IVs and this kind of stuff in the first time, sprinkling pixie dust all over the hospital. Then this lady, bless her heart, RN lady, said, did you get a chest x-ray for placement of the tip of the port? And, well, of course we did, but I got it placed at a different facility. So they wouldn't accept the radiology report from this other facility. Consequently, they could not infuse anything through it. They offered for a chest x-ray there that day, but we would have had to leave the room we were in, go wait in line in radiology, and the day was just getting longer and longer and longer and longer. So we opted not to do that, and I knew the rest of my infusions would be at home, and that I already know the tip placements in the right place. My husband has the report, and he's a physician, so and he actually talked to the doctor that placed it, so I know it's in the right place. So consequently, my very first dose I got through a peripheral IV. That was fine and dandy. So that was the first day. The second day, um, a very lovely nurse came from the pharmacy where I got the medication and gave me instruction on how to work everything and do everything, and explained all the supplies and everything to me. I am a registered nurse, so luckily everything was pretty familiar to me. Then she stayed for the first it every day you get 2 bags of Radicava, and so she stayed through the first bag, changing to the second bag, and then halfway through the second bag, and then she had to get to another appointment. But I knew I could undo, all the tubing, and clean up the end of my port and do everything right. So she called me later in the evening. She sounded just brutally tired, but she checked on me, and I'm looking forward to seeing her again next week. So that went smoother. Then yesterday I did my third dose, and I did it all by myself, and it went beautifully, and I feel fine. If you're opting to do this at home, I think that even if you're not in the medical field, that you'd be able to follow the directions, and after 3 or 4 times be able to do it yourself. It's not complicated. So today will be my 4th dose, and I'm not anxious about it. I'm not worried about it. I know I can do it. Today I've got a beading project set up, because the infusion and all the rigmarole that you have to do with it, I say rigmarole, it's just a couple of steps to get it set up and get it taken down and that kind of stuff. So you're looking at probably about 1 hour and 15 minutes. So I have a beading project that I'm going to do today while I'm getting my infusion. So I would say overall, Radicava, I always say it wrong, is worth at least trying. I'm early in my ALS journey. No, I don't want to call it journey. In my ALS life, I only have foot drop in my left foot so far. So I'm catching it early, and hopefully the medication will work for me. A little bit about what Radicava is. It's a very strong antioxidant. And one of the theories is there are a lot of free radicals in the body of a person with ALS. And so what the powerful antioxidant will do, which is the Radicava, it will, simplified terms, will bind with the free radicals, thus slowing the disease down. So we'll see. And the way the medical community will monitor that is by the ALS function scale. And right now I'm scoring very high. I think I'm only 2 points off the top score. So I'm doing very well right now in my disease process. So anyway, that's my Radicava story. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.